Hola, hola. Hola, hola, hola. Okay. Hola. Buenos días, mis estimados aprendices, ¿cómo están? Espero que estén todo bien, todo azul.
Good morning, Mister.
Good morning, everyone. All right. I hope you're doing well. Visit the home. And today we're going to continue with the second part of the factorization of terms. Just let
Good
me,
morning, Mister.
good morning, Abby. I hope you're doing well.
Me too,
Uh,
Mister.
all right, thank you so much. We are almost in Christmas season. We are almost in Christmas season. That will be nice. Okay, just hold on a second. We have 18 participants. All right. Bueno, tenemos ahorita 18 participantes. Vamos a hacer un pequeño cambio. Speaker, let me pin my video. All right, let me change the camera view to Irium webcam. All right, un poquito pando me quedó, pero bueno, ya la vamos a ajustar. All right, sé que está un poco pando la cámara, ¿verdad? Pero por lo menos lo importante es que se pueda leer bien. Can you see and read perfectly well the whiteboard, guys? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes, Mister.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. All right, today we're going to continue with the second part of the factorization term. Yesterday I sent you by means of WhatsApp the textbook we're going to use from this day on. This is going to be algebra, intermediate algebra for Angel R. Angel. Right, in this situation, they discovered the topics most relevant in algebra, and actually we're going to cover the factorization of the algebraical expressions. All right. Until this part, we are studying the chapter number 5, that textbook. And actually, the specific section we're going to study will be 5.4, 5.5, and 5.6. And that section 5.7, that's supposed to be a mixture between the old factorizations technique. And also at the beginning of the chapter number 5 covers some lessons that we cover in the chapter 12 on your textbook. In that situation, when we're talking about according the addition, subtraction, product of the polynomials, long division. And I know there's another lesson that's supposed to be synthetic division, but we are not studied yet that synthetic division. Well, the next quarter, we're going to complete the second technique, how we can obtain a quotient remainder using the synthetic division. All right. Well, today we're going to start the lesson. Let me fix the position of this camera because I don't like it at all how you can see it. No me gusta que se vea todo pando. Me ayudan ustedes. Permítanme. Vamos a hacer un pequeño ajuste. Siempre me queda algo pando. Vamos a ver, creo que ahí estaría bien, pero... A ver, ¿qué tal ahora, muchachos? ¿Siempre mira pando o ya mejorcito? Permítame.
Ya mejor.
Ya mejorcito. Ay, siempre, a veces me voy para... ¿Y ahora? ¿Qué tal?
Ahí está bien.
All right. Bueno, thank you. All right. So let's going to begin with this factorization of polynomials. All right. What is the big deal? Well, actually, this is not polynomial. This is a binomial. For example, in this case, we're going to learn how to manipulate the special formulas from factoring. In this case, in these binomials, that means because we have two terms, all right? So we have three special formulas for factoring. One of them is we call a squared minus b squared equals a plus b, a minus b. The name of this formula is difference square because we have two numbers elevated to the second power and there was a subtraction. The second one that we call addition of cubes because we have two terms, a and b elevated to the third power, and the formula is given by the product between a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. The name of this formula is addition of cubes. And finally, we got that the difference of cube, it's almost the same in the second one, but the only difference will be with the sign. All right. If you see in the second one, at the beginning it's positive and the second term is negative. Now in this case, it's the opposite. At the beginning is negative and the second one will be positive. These formulas are so useful to factorize binomials. Remember, binomials means we have two terms. What will be the situation when we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 examples? Okay, basically, the most important thing is identify the binomial, just for example, the letter A, and, and take a look what will be the formula who has appeared. So they're supposed to be almost likely in the shape of this algebraic expression. For example, in the first one, we have 25 minus 16 square y. All right, we have this term and we have the three formulas. What's supposed to be the most likely formula that we can use in this situation, in this example? What could be the most likely formula we can apply in this binomial? What will you think? First one, second one, third one? Hmm? Come on, use your microphone. Which one?
The first one.
The first one is the most likely, right? Because there's a difference, okay? Obviously, we're going to discard the second one because it's addition. This is a difference. And if you see the maximum power, the letter Y is number two, okay, the first one. But before to apply the solution of this problem, we have to rewrite this expression just like the same shape in the formula. I mean, the number or the variable elevated to the second power minus the number of the variable elevated to the second power. For that, for instance, the number 25, sorry, if you take the square root of the number 25, that will be 5, right? So instead to write 25 at the beginning, we can rewrite this expression like that, using parentheses, copy the number 5 of the second power, subtracting. Same happen. Square root of 16 will be 4y, and that will be elevated to second power because 5 second power, 25. 4 second power will be 16y squared. As soon as you can see, we got that's this binomial that form a squared minus b squared. Understandable, the letter A has the value from 5 and the letter B has a value of 4y. Because we're we finally have the same shape of the formula, the only thing that we have to do is apply the result. I mean, we have a plus b, a minus b. So the answer will be 5 plus 4a multiplied by 5 minus 4a. And that's it. That's all that we have to do in the problem number one. Understood?
Yes,
Understood.
mister.
Okie dokie. That was the first example. In the second one, as soon as you can see, obviously is we're going to use once again the first formula because we have a difference. And if you can see, the second term is elevated the second power. However, this is going to be the first one, difference square. But we cannot use it yet because to use the first formula, we have to make sure both terms are supposed to elevate it of the second power. Okay? Yeah, go right ahead, Marcela. Uh, of the second power. So before to do that, think about it. What will be the square root of 36? That will be 6, right? So we can rewrite this expression like a 6 at the second power minus x minus 6 at the second power. And oh, you got the same shape in the original formula. Okay, so understandable. The number 8 has the value from 6, and the letter B has the value of x minus 6. What are we going to do? Well, apply the same result, x a plus b times a minus b. So we got a plus b, okay, and a minus b. A minus, and because we have a binomial, I'm going to open a bracket because this negative sign will be changed the sign of this binomial. All right. A plus B with positive sign, there's no problem. And with negative sign, there's going to be a little bit problem because this negative sign will change inside the parentheses. For that reason, as soon as you can see in this parenthesis, 6 and negative 6 both are like terms. For that reason, 6 minus 6 will be 0. And we got only the letter X for one hand. By the other hand, we got 6 minus X plus 6 because negative times positive is negative, negative times negative is positive, and 6 plus 6 will be 12. For that reason, this answer will be 12 minus x. And this is going to be the solution power of the second one. Questions? Preguntas hasta aquí? It's so important if you don't get it, how to use this special formula for factoring, let me know. Because this special formula is so important because you're going to see it 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, even though you're going to the college, this formula still will be with you, okay? Now, let's go to proceed with the letter C. X at the 6th power plus Y at the 9th power. It's a binomial, right? So I have a question for you. It's a binomial, two terms. What is the most likely formula we can use in that situation? The first one, second one, or third one? The most likely, la más o menos parecida. Which one of the three formulas we have to use in the third one? Vamos, hablen, participen, no queden como que si yo estuviera en una sesión espiritista. Hablen, muchachos. Pregunté, ¿cuál de las tres formulitas que están aquí, más o menos, se podría parecer a la letra C? Que más o menos, digo más o menos porque no está totalmente escrita, que más o menos se podría usar.
The second one.
¿Perdone?
The second one.
The second one. Perfect. Thank you. That will be the second one. All right. But we cannot because it's the only formula who has an addition. All right. That's for this a simple reason. We can discard the first one because and the third one because both has a subtraction. So, but before to use the second one, we have to rewrite this expression because in A and B, that's supposed to be elevated at the third power. No se preocupe, Camila, yo entiendo. Don't worry about it. So, what we have to do in this situation, simple. Because X and Y both has to be elevated at third power, I'm going to use a parenthesis. Third power over here and third power over here, right? Because that's supposed to be the shape of the formula, elevated third power and third power. I'm going to copy the bases. We're supposed to have X and we're supposed to have Y, right? And how about with the powers? What we have to do in this case, simple. The only thing that we had to do to write the inside power between X and Y, the blue one's power, 6 and y and 9 must be divided by 3. 6 divided by 3, that will be 2. And 9 divided by 3, and that will be 3. And so, for that reason, if you're applying power of powers, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 will be 9. Okay. In this situation, we can apply right now the special formula AQ plus BQ, right? Understandable will be given. A will be X squared, all right? And B will be Y cubed, all right? So let's going to apply. Just follow the formula. A plus B, okay? A plus B will be X squared plus Y cubed. Open, close parenthesis, open parenthesis. We got four brackets. Meanwhile, I'm going to use open brackets, okay? We got X squared, I mean, X squared elevated the second power minus X squared Y cubed because it says AB plus B at the second power, I mean, Y third power elevated at second power. And just for finish this binomial, we got X squared plus Y cubed, parentheses will be X 4 power minus X squared Y cubed plus Y at the 6th power. And this is going to be the solution set of the letter C, right? Understood? Understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. In the letter B, in the letter D, sorry. Obviously, we have B cubed and C cubed, right? And that will be a difference between them. So for obviously reasons, we have the two letters on the third power. That's if we have a difference, obviously we have to use the third formula, right? However, before to use that formula, we can simplify that algebraical expression because we have the number 2 and the number 250. How can we do that in that situation? Simple. We can take the greatest common factor or common factor between 2 and 250. And what will be the common factor between 2 and 250? Will be the number 2, right? So we're going to copy this number 2 over here, all right? In the original expression, I mean the blue ones have to divide by the red ones. I mean 2b cubed divided by 2, we got b cubed, okay? Subtracting 250 divided by 2, we have 125 c at the third power, right? We are simplifying this expression. But even though the letter B and the letter C are elevated to third power, at the third power, okay, and we cannot use in the third formula yet because the number 125 it is not elevated to third power. So what we have to do, remember that 125, if you're taking the cube rules, is the result of multiplying 3 times number 5. 5 times 5 times 5 will be 125. So what we have in this case, we're going to rewrite the expression. I'm going to use the bracket just for an empty process. Brackets, we got the letter B, third power minus, instead to write 125, we're going to write 5c at the third power and close brackets. In that case, we perfectly have the reading the expression just like at the formula commands. A cube minus B cube. All right, in the expression will be A minus B parentheses A squared plus AB plus B at the second power. All right, so we're going to follow this formula where A that will be given by the value from B and B That's understandable. We have the value from C. So we got number 2, parentheses, we have B minus 5C bracket, and we supposed to apply the formula. That will be B second power plus B 5C plus 5C at the second power. Okay, so for ending this problem, we have the solution. 2 parentheses B minus 5C parentheses B squared plus 5BC plus 25C at the second power. Okay, and this is going to be the solution set of the letter D. Well, I'm going to copy the letter F over here because I'm seeing there's not going to be a space. 121 y at the 4 power minus 49 of the x at the second power. All right. I know some of you guys have a question on homework. We're going to discuss the dubs of the homeworks or classworks, if God wills, this Tuesday, right? Because that will be the last day of classes. So we're going to discuss any doubt that you have according for classworks, homeworks, or something like that. Okay. I'm going to copy AQ plus 125. Okay. Questions to this part? Preguntas?
No, mister.
Okay. So now in the next one, on la siguiente, we have AQ plus 125. Okay. In this situation, the formula that we have to use, what will be? ¿Qué fórmula vamos a usar aquí? ¿La primera, la segunda o la tercera? You have
La
your,
segunda.
la segunda, ¿verdad? La segunda. ¿Por qué? Porque está elevado a la 3 y aparte que está elevado a la 3, hay una suma, ¿verdad? Entonces sería la segunda. But before to apply the second one formula, okay, you as soon as you can see, instead to write 125, we have to rewrite that expression at the third power. I mean, in this case, will be given by AQ plus 5 elevated at third power, okay? Because 5 times 5 times 5 will be given by 155, 125, sorry. So let's going to apply the special formula. We have A plus B parentheses A squared minus AB plus B at the second power. Okay, now finish with the situation will be A plus 5 A squared minus 5A plus 25. And that's it. As soon as you can see, this is not a big deal. This is not big complicated. The only thing that you have to do in this every expression is be careful of the moment when to use the formulas. Because identify the formulas and arrange the expression of the way you're going to use the formula. Okay, we have another example. We have the number F, the letter F, and the expression is 121y the fourth power minus 49x second power. Which one of the three formulas is going to use? The first one, second one, or third one? ¿Cuál de las tres vamos a usar? Remember, 121 y second power minus 49 second power, x second power.
The first one.
Excuse me? Did you
The
say?
first one.
The first one, perfect. Because I know it could be the difference between the first one and the third one. We're going to discard the second one because it's addition. But as soon as you can see, we're going to use the first one because the letter X on this situation is elevated at the second power. Oh, okay. This is the keyword. We're going to use the first one. Remember, before to apply this formula, we have to rewrite this expression in the form a squared minus b squared. For example, 121. What is the square root of 121? It's 11, because 11 times 11 will be 121. And instead to write y at the fourth power, that will be y second power elevated on the second power minus square root 49. That will be 7, because 7 times 7 will be 49. 7x as the second power. Okay. And we are fully prepared to apply this special formula that will be given by a minus b times a plus b. And that's it. That's all that we have to do. Well, a plus b, a minus b, or a minus b times a plus b, you know, the result will be the same. Okay. And that will be the solution set of the letter F. Okay. In the letter G,
Sir,
uh-huh.
where
Yep.
like where did you
There did you what?
put the second power and the 7? ¿A
Ah,
dónde se fue?
es que el detalle es que usted no va a meterse con power, usted solo va a utilizar los elementos que queden adentro del paréntesis. Eso es lo que usted va a usar, nada más. Lo que queda, el 2 de afuera, los dos números 12 que están afuera ya no los usa, solo lo que queda adentro del paréntesis. Si usted fija la formulita, eso es lo que hace. Tiene a cuadrado menos b cuadrado y solo pone a más b por a menos b, lo que quiere decir que los cuadrados de afuera los quita, solo usa lo que queda adentro del paréntesis. ¿Ok?
Mister,
Ujú.
¿y por qué en la respuesta está al revés? Tipo el paréntesis, como que primero va la suma y después va la resta, pero usted primero puso la resta y después la suma.
Pero la verdad, Ana Lucía, que usted sabe que la propiedad conmutativa, ¿verdad? Que el orden de los factores no altera el producto. Da lo mismo decir 2 por 3 que 3 por 2. Entonces, 11y cuadrado menos 7x. O poner primero 11y cuadrado más 7x. Después la resta, eso no le va a cambiar. No le va a cambiar. El orden de los factores no altera el producto. O sea que esta formulita, usted, si usted quiere, puede poner primero el A más B y el A menos B después. O si usted quiere, puede poner primero el A menos B por el A más B. Al final, es lo mismo. ¿Estamos? Hello. ¿Estamos?
Yes, mister.
Okay. So, the letter G. We have 2x 4 power minus 50x squared. If I ask you what formula we have to use, okay, the most likely formula we can use, obviously, that will be the first one, because both powers as elevated, actually both are even powers, and we have a difference. However, there is no square root of number 2, at least exactly value of the number 2, and neither we don't have a square root of the number 50, right? At least in exactly value. But before to starting to apply the special formulas, as soon as you can see, we have a binomial who has the number 2, the number 50. What thing you have in common? Well, because both are multiple the number 2. For that reason, we can take the common factor before to apply the special formula in this case. So common factor between 2 and 50, that will be the number 2. And for one hand, and by the other hand, because the letter X is repeat in both terms, we can take the common factor between both terms, and we're going to take the letter x, whose repeat at the less frequency. So we got 2x squared, open parentheses, and remember the process to the common factor. The first two terms divided by the common factor. And what will be the result? 2x four power divided by 2x squared, we got x squared. Negative 50 divided by 2 will be 25. And x squared with x squared will be canceled. So will be destroyed because we have the same power. And if you see inside this parenthesis, okay, we have the different square, x squared minus 25. And if you think, 25 can be greater like a 5-second power, right? So this factorization can be written like the x squared minus 5 elevated the second power. And we got a squared minus b squared, so we can perfectly apply. If you wish, we can take like a x plus 5 times x minus 5, or if you want to write first, x minus 5 times x plus 5, there is no inconvenience in that situation, okay? And we are combining the two techniques, the common factor, and at the same time, the special formulas for factoring, okay? We have another one. We have another one expression. We have 2x 4 power y plus 54x and y. Well, if I ask you what formula we can use in the third ones, the answer will be there's no way we can use the first one, second one, third one, because it cannot be the arrangement, at least for a while, because then there's nothing look like we can identify if that will be the first one, second one, third one. However, once again, we have the number 2 and 54. Both numbers has a greater common factor. That will be the number 2. The letter x is repeat twice. I'm going to take the letter x with the less frequency. And how about the letter y? Well, both has repeat at the same frequency. It doesn't matter which one I'm going to take. I'm going to copy 2xy. Okay. And I'm going to open parentheses. And the original equation expression must be divided by constant factor. In the first one, we got only x cubed, because 2 divided by 2, 1. X 4 power, with x cancel 1 unit, we have x cubed. And y, because it has the same density, all right, it perfectly cancels. How about the number 54? 54 divided by 2 will be positive 27. And because xy has the same dimension, it can be perfectly canceled. Oh, and what do we have inside the parentheses? We have the expression x cubed plus 27. Now we can use the second one, right? A cubed plus b cubed. However, instead we cannot use yet because we have the number 27. And if you think, well, it's the cubic root of 27, will be 3 at the third power. Okay, so because it's 3 at the third power, all right, we can rewrite like expression like a 2xy x cubed plus 3 at the third power. Because 3 times 3 times 3, there will be 27. Okay, so it's going to apply that special formula. I'm going to use the parentheses over here just because that will be a more linearity process. We got a plus b parentheses 8 second power minus ab plus b of the second power. Remember, this is the special formula for factoring. And now let's going to simplify this expression. We got 2xy, okay, parentheses, x plus 3, parentheses, x 6 power minus 3x cubed, okay, Oh, sorry. I'm not include. I have not include the third power. Sorry, made a mistake. X squared minus 3x plus 9. Sorry, my mistake. Because we are going to take only, and totally forgot to use the parentheses over here. Sorry. We are taking only the numbers on variables who is inside the parentheses. All right. That will be the solution set of the letter H. And just for finish, the letter Y, we have 3x squared minus 18x plus 27 minus 3y at the second power. Obviously, in the letter I, we cannot use in the special formula yet because the special formulas are designed to factorize binomials. But this is not binomials. We have a polynomial, 4 terms. And because we have 4 terms, we can use the common factor by grouping. Remember grouping, because we have 4 terms, we can take it to 2 teams. In the first one, the greatest common factor between 3x squared minus 18x, we got 3x. And the result, we got x minus 18 divided by 3 will be 6, right? 3x plus times x minus 6. In the second one, the common factor between these two terms could be the number 3. And we got 27 divided by 3, we have 9, okay? Minus 3y squared divided by 3, that will be y squared. Oh, and we have this expression, 9 minus y squared. If we're solving this expression for a part, 9 minus y squared, another way of saying this is going to be 3 second power minus y second power. And remember the formula, a plus b, a minus b. You can use 3 plus y times 3 minus y. Okay, so in this expression, we got 3x x minus 6 plus 3 parentheses 3 plus y 3 plus y multiplied by 3 minus y. Okay, because we got the difference square. We can finish this factorization again? Not yet, because we had the last common factor. This number 3 is repeat twice at the beginning and the end. For that reason, we can take the number 3 like a greatest common factor. We can use a bracket to overprotect this expression. And we got x parentheses x minus 6 plus 3 plus y times 3 minus y. Okay, and that's it. That's all that we have to do in this problem. ¿Preguntas?
No, mister.
Mister, I want to ask you something, but it's not from the work that we have done right now.
Okay.
The guide for the exam, when
Ah,
are you going to give it? Because like they said that in Monday they are going to give like the temario. So
yeah, don't worry. I'm going to send it today. Today at the noon, bueno, menos como entre 5 a 6 de la tarde. Yo les estoy subiendo en EduBox lo que es el temario y si Dios lo permite, un poquitito más tarde de hoy, ya les estoy subiendo la guía de estudio, la que normalmente siempre les entrego a ustedes. O sea que el día de hoy no pasa. Ajá.
Mister, le iba a
Dígame.
decir, sí, yo veo la pizarra bien, pero solo una parte porque la demás se ve como el sol, entonces no logré copiar esa parte.
Ok, no se
Donde
preocupe.
dice Special Formulas y todo eso.
Bueno, el Special Formula usted ya la tiene copiado desde ayer. Por
Ay,
esa
sí.
partecita no se
Solo
preocupe.
lo de abajo no veo bien.
Ahorita les voy a mandar un screenshot. Solo que usted sabe que cuando el sol no contaba con esa astucia. El bendito sol. Pero ok, ahorita déjeme ver, déjeme buscarles dónde está preálgebra. Bueno, aquí les va. No sé si con la foto pueden visualizar un cachito mejor. Sí, un poquitito mejor es el sol que molestó un poco. Pero no se preocupen, muchachos. Yo les voy a mandar una fotografía con más detalle de la A y de la F. ¿Ok? Les mandé ahorita por el grupo la foto. Bueno, no se demoren más porque sé que ya es hora de la siguiente clase. Muy bien. Cuídense, muchas gracias muchachos por su asistencia. Cualquier cosa,
Bye,
duda o consulta,
mister.
estoy a la orden.
Bye,
Okay.
mister. Have a
Bye
great
bye.
day.
Take care of yourself. Bye.